Air France KLM left investors guessing about the strength of its recovery, abstaining from a full-year profit forecast, and trimming its capacity prediction as French air traffic control strikes and engine and shortages inject uncertainty into the outlook. The shares in the Franco-Dutch group fell as much as 6.3%, slipping to their lowest level in more than 3 months, as its muted assessment contrasted with a raised group on the fourth quarter and in 1723 forecast from British Airways owner IAG. Air France KLM pared its capacity forecast to about 95% of 2019 levels after previously saying it would reach as high as 100%. Beyond the strikes and engine shortages, a confidence of lack of available workers certainly also is holding back the recovery. A company which relied on billions of state aid to survive the pandemic said it would restore its equity. The first before assuming an imminent payout and reaffirmed its longer-term margin guidance. The main reason to explain today's drop is the forecast downgrade for the group's full-year capacity invention, said Alpha Value analyst Yi Zhong. Foreign air traffic controller strikes in France will also continue disrupting operations, notably at Orly Airport in Paris, exposing Air France to the risk of higher costs, revenue gaps, and management distractions during the busy summer months. It takes an enormous amount of effort from our operational teams to mitigate those losses. Chief Executive Officer Ben Smith said on a call with analysts, we expect those to continue in the near term. Our understanding is that it will continue 1 to 2 days a week for the foreseeable future. And the financial hit from the walkouts is below 20 million euros, $22 million. So far, Smith said Air France KLM was down 3.4% as of 11:36 a.m. in Paris. The company reported a narrower first quarter net loss of 344 million euros, is 552 million a year earlier, surged 42% to 633 billion, slightly exceeding analyst expectations. IAG, by contrast, was up 3% in London. It reported a surprise operating profit, raised its financial outlook for the year, and said it would pay back debt earlier than forecast. Air France KLM has also been paying down debt after receiving more than 10 billion euros of state aid during the pandemic. A large chunk of that has been converted to equity, with the French government emerging with a 29% stake. Air France KLM still has 5.5 billion euro in net debt, and the company now has full strategic autonomy. After paying back the remainder of what's owed during April, Smith said the exit from state aid helps retake control of our destiny. The 51-year-old CEO said on the call, giving the carrier flexibility to resume its growth path. Smith reiterated interest in taking a stake in Portuguese flag carrier TPSA if the conditions are right, as the government in Lisbon seeks an industry backer for an airline, and they would work to rescue during the health crisis. Air France KLM won't enter M&A that puts the company's margin targets at risk, the CEO said. The group is still mulling the best way forward for its Latin America positioning and has options to grow in the region, he added. The global aviation industry has enjoyed a robust comeback since most countries lifted their coronavirus restrictions and people resumed travel for business and leisure. Deutsche Lufthansa AG this week provided an upbeat preview of the early summer months, the crucial travel period for the aviation industry. IAG said bookings for the summer came rushing in, and the airline group benefited from lower fuel prices. And the company has entered exclusive talks with Apollo Global Management for a 500 million euro equity financing into an affiliate owning engineering and maintenance assets as it continues to restore its balance sheet. It also received several non-binding offers on equity financing supported by its loyalty program